dangerous. That's where you usually stay the night, and then you'll carry on the next day. So 11 miles one way, but it's still a day and a half hike one way. I went there, and then the rain started that night. Next morning, I was like, it's coming in sideways. Like, I'm not doing that. So I was like, I'll skip that, come back some other day, right? And and then they closed the trail. We had some historic floods last April, and so guys, you're gonna see some caves right here along the cliffs. And I'll make another turn up here and bring those on Norman's side. So, did anybody go in a lava tube on the Big Island? You're there? No. Maybe? Yeah.
The lava field.
Lava field. Okay.
And tubes.
Okay. So these caves you see to the right, they're actually lava tubes. How that works? Let me make a call real quick. Bring that back around on Norman's side as well. How that works is when the lava comes out, it comes out in like a river, a stream, right? And it cools off on the outside first, creates a kind of a crust over the top of it. That insulates the inside of it, creates a natural straw. And that insulates the inside, allows it to continue to advance. And so then once all that lava flows out of it, it leaves a cave system underneath it. And so that's what you see. The Big Island has several that you can walk into. There's one, I'm not sure if it's open with the national park right now, Thurman Lava Tube is what it's called. But man, these waterfalls, this is why we don't mind getting the rain. You don't usually get those right there. In the summertime, the seas are almost glassy smooth out here, so these Zodiac boats, they'll actually go inside the sea caves. One of these, they can go far enough back that they lose sight of daylight, so I don't know about that. I've seen enough rogue waves here to think that's maybe not the best idea. Anybody see the movie South Pacific? No? It's that last ridge right there with the tall points. That's Bali High, the island of Bali High in the movie South Pacific. The way they filmed that section just made it look like an island. Anybody want to sing the Bali High song for us? No? I bet you guys do good. Since you saw that, I'll take you over Nurses Beach as well. We do get some pretty good bumps until we get around this corner right here, and then I'll this beach, as you can see in front of us, this is called K.A. Beach, spelled K-E-E. K.A. is the end of the road, so our road in Kauai doesn't go all the way around the island. It makes a C shape, and this is as far as it should go to the north. Right now it stops about 6 miles before this due to the floods that we had last April. But that's getting ready to change. They're pretty set on opening this up around May 1st, it looks like. So we're all excited to get back up here. There's not a lot up here except for that beach, but it's the trailhead for this particular trail, so it'll, hopefully that trail will open up pretty soon. But it is a beautiful part of the island. But one of the things that they did when the floods happened, they were able to redesign this. So before they estimated about 2,000 people would visit this beach every day, which was just way too much on the environment, they believe. And so now the way they're setting it up, they're kind of reducing that to about 900 a day. And so I think that's going to be a good thing. However, it's going to be a hassle in some ways too. So we'll see how all that works out. But get up here, I'll make a big turn. I want Norman to see that as well. This is Hyena Town up here in front of us, and then this break right here is what we call the famous tunnels. It's a surf break on nice days. guys on the cruise ship, you're all going to come around this way this afternoon. That's awesome. So check it out at sunset. They quit doing that for about a month or two last year. I don't know why that was. Sometimes it was weather, some mechanical stuff on the boat, but I'm glad they do that again. I can't imagine. It's got to be a beautiful trip around here seeing the sunset.
Yeah, right around, what, 5:15 or so.
Yeah, it'll be nice. Just come the same direction we're traveling right now. You'll come around this way.
It looks like quite of a community of people living here.
So yeah, Hyanna, this is your most expensive part of the island. If you can find a tool shed up here for $1.5 million, I tell you to jump on it. It's going to be a good deal, right? So the floods we had were devastating to the island, but this side really got hit by far the hardest. Hyanna Town. Hang on one second. What I was saying. What I was saying, the flood we had was a 3-day flood, and engulfed the whole island. But this particular section of Kauai right through here got hit by far the hardest. During those 3 days, we had one 24-hour period that really devastated the island. It set a world record. Over 50 inches of rain fell just during that one 24-hour period. So that was a world record, and so completely wiped out the road from Hanalei Bay, which is right here in front of us, behind us. And so Hanalei is open now, but we can't come past Hanalei, so that's getting ready to all change really soon. But Hanalei Bay in front of us, one of National Geographic's 10 most beautiful beaches in the world. 2 years ago, they ranked it as one of the top 10. It was devastated by the floods. A lot of houses lost, but it's still one of the most beautiful beaches in the world, I believe. It's a pretty magical place. And then this beach we're going to go over the top of, guys, is called Lumahai. However, you guys that saw South Pacific, this was Nurse's Beach in that movie, so this is where she washed him out of her hair. Now, if you didn't see that, that sounds really weird, right? But yeah. I remember it from the shampoo commercial, and then later on I realized that came from the movie, right? But of course, this is the wet side of the island. You look and see how lush and green everything is. All the rain comes ashore as it passes over the island. It loses most of its moisture that way, so.
The sun is shining, so I'm on my way trying to find something new.
All the flooding below us, these are taro fields, and that's normal. These are taro's grown like rice. You just keep those in the water like that. So plenty of rain over here to keep those flooded. But
I'm in that deep water, and I gotta get away.
It's a food source, so the leaf is edible once it's cooked. Takes like cooked spinach, usually used in lau lau, and then the root itself is edible. It's usually mashed up and turned into poi, P-O-I. Have you guys ever tried poi? Yeah. Did you like it, William?
When you dipped it into your shredded pork,
Yeah.
and did it that way, yes.
Yeah, it's not bad if you mix it up now. I always joke around about it. I'll tell everybody it tastes like Elmer's glue when you're 5 years old, right? So if you eat it just plain, that's what it's going to taste like, right? It's pretty bland stuff. However, if you mix it up, it's like anything. You give it a little flavor, it's all right. It has very little taste. But I joke around about the poi, but if you ever meet a Polynesian and they invite you to their home and they serve you poi, that's considered an honor, guys. That's really considered an honor. The plant itself is not just food. It has a tremendous amount of meaning behind it. So the plant itself, if it's something you're interested in, read the story about how the Polynesians first discovered that plant. and then I would read what it means to them. Each individual part of that actually represents part of the family, and so that's a pretty neat thing to understand. This waterfall coming down the top right here in the middle, this is Namalokama, so we're going to put that on the front, the left, and then the right. This is one of the tallest waterfalls in the state of Hawaii, 3,400 feet tall. All these others are just because of the rain. So.
Get away, 'cause I know I'm in that deep water, searching out for my getaway. 'Cause I know I'm in that deep water, and I gotta get away. 'Cause you know I'm in that deep water, searching out for my getaway to my higher place.
It's just amazing. You don't usually see the top of this waterfall. Covered in clouds and rain.
There's a place I recall, not too big, facts kind of small. The people
Get a bump as we go across this ridge right here, guys.
the simple life for me.
That is the most amazing waterfall.
And awesome.
Oh my God.
Wailua River Valley is where I used to play. The canyons of Waimea, standing all alone. The magic of the garden now is calling me back home. When I was young, not too smart, I left my home looking for a
Now, not many hikes on this side of the island. You can imagine why, right? So I've often wondered, is it because it gets so much rain? Because it gets tremendous rain. This is fairly common over here. You know, all the heavy rain comes in, and as it passes over the island, it clears up. So most of our hikes are up in the higher elevation around Kokee. You'll see some dead trees right here if you look down. And these trees came from Hurricane Iniki back in 1992.
standing all alone,
It came from the right to the left, same one that released the chickens, right?
calling me back home.
And it came from the right to the left. It didn't blow these trees over, but then
And I lay by the bay, Wailua River Valley is where I used to play. Canyons of Waimea.
but it didn't blow the trees down, but it took all the leaves off the trees, right? So you still see a lot of evidence all the way back in 1992 from that.
It's called, please.
But there's only 2 hiking trails on this side of the island compared to, 20 plus on the other side. So I think that's why, just to the weather. But look how lush and green it is. It's my favorite part to fly over. I wouldn't want to hike over here too much, but I love flying over it. It's just so lush and green. I'm originally from the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee. I know you guys thought this accent's from the south part of the island, right? Yeah. Originally from the Smoky Mountains, and I think it reminds me of that. I think that's why I like the lush green so much. A lot of people don't realize the Smoky Mountains and the higher elevations is a rainforest as well.
Over the rainbow, way up high.
You ex-military?
Was not. Didn't have the eyesight for the flight program, right? And so back then you had to have 20/20 without any type of surgery. And I did not have that, so that ruled me out real quick. Learned how to fly from an Army Cobra pilot. That's who taught me how to fly. And this was my little boy dream when I was a kid. I always loved flying, or was fascinated with helicopters. At that point I was like, yeah, you see the waterfall over to your right. That's the one the boys jumped off in Jurassic